Hello everyone, in this tutorial I will try to model that smartwatch. Also I will show you how to rig the straps with the mouse spline tool. So let's start. First let's import the image plane. As usual, go to front view, press shift and V, go to back and select the image plane and increase the transparency, something like that. I will do the same thing for the right view, shift and V and select the same image. And in the front view I will change my offset to center my image. Something like that is enough. And for the right view I will do the same thing. Something like that is enough. Now let's create a cylinder. And I will set my rotation segments to 8. And I will switch to front view and change my orientation to X. Then I will make the cylinder smaller and move it like that. Now I will duplicate my cylinder and change rotation, then make it bigger, and let's make the segment 16. Actually, let's make it a lot bigger, something like that. Then I will add a bool, then put my objects into the bool. Now I will select the bool and check create single object. Then I will make the bool editable, press C, and I need to weld these points, so select them, right click and weld. And I forgot to add a center line, but we can add that now. So select cut, make a cut in the middle, then select them all, press T to switch scale, then scale them to 0, like that. But they are not in the center, so I will change my world orientation to world, then set my x-axis to 0. Now I can delete these points. Now I will switch to right view and move that point to here. Actually, let's make these points flat, select them and scale them to 0. Press shift to do that. Now I will switch to polygon mode and select the polygons at the bottom, then press Ctrl and move. Okay, let's weld these points. I will select slide this time, press Ctrl and move it to the next one. And I will delete these polygons. We will not need them. So let's also move them from the front view. And I will select these bottom polygons one more time, press Ctrl and extrude. Now I will select that corner edge, right click and select bevel. Let's give it a one subdivision and let's try to match the shape. Now I will select line cuts and enable single line, and I will connect these points. Then I will weld them with the slide tool. And also I will connect these points too. Now I will switch to right view and move the points, and actually I will enable my snap. It's gonna be easier. Okay, now we can use the symmetry object, but before that I need to delete these polygons in the center, like that one and that one. And also I need to change the center axis. To do that, go to front view and enable axis and move the axis to the very center. And also don't forget to enable the snap. Now I will press Alt and select symmetry, and I will do that one more time. But this time I will change the mirror plane. Now it is time to add this object into a subdivision surface. So I will select the top symmetry and press Alt and select subdivision surface. And we will see our mistakes, like there is something wrong here. Let's select it. It looks like they are not in the center. So I will select them and I will change my orientation to object, and it looks like my Y points are not the same. So I will set them to 0, also the position. Yes, that fixed that. But now I need to a loop cut supporting edges to get these sharp edges. So let's add one here. And it looks like I need more, so I will select these inner polygons, right click and select extrude. But before doing that, I will go to my symmetry objects, select them and enable these options. Now I can make my extrude inner. Okay, let's press Q to see the result. And it is perfect. The only problem is that they don't match shape. So I will make my symmetry editable at the top. Then I will switch to points mode and move these points. Okay, now let's try to make the front part where the screen is. I will select these polygons. Then right click and split. Then I will press Alt, select symmetry. And also let's hide the first object. I will select symmetry, press Alt, and add one more symmetry too, but I will change the mirror plane. Now I need to add another loop cut, line cut here. Then I will weld that point with the slide tool, and also let's slide these edges too. Then I will select all the polygons, right click and select extrude. But before doing the extrude, I will select my symmetry objects and enable these options. Then I will extrude with the caps on. But as you can see, shapes get bigger and bigger as I increase my offset. So to eliminate that I will set my offset to very small, something like 0.1. Then I will move them. Then I will press T to scale them to 0. Okay, let's press Q to enable subdivision surface. It looks like I need supporting edges around here, and they look too sharp. So I need to slide these points like that with the slide tool. Okay, let's turn on the visibility of the first object, and I think I need another loop cut here to hold that shape better, like that. Let's add that edge loop to the first object too. And I need to add another one here, like that. Okay, now let's try to make the back. But before that, let's make the symmetry object editable. Press C and get rid of these empty groups. Now I will select that object, switch to polygon mode, and select these polygons. Okay, now right click, split. Then I will switch to edge mode, double click on these edges, and I will dissolve them. Now I will select them all, right click, extrude, and this time I will do the same extrude with a 0.1 centimeters, then new transform, then I will move them. Now I will scale them to 0 to make the surface perfectly flat. Then I will right click and let's see, where is that? Melt, yes, select melt. You need to do that because I will make a bevel. Now I will switch to edge mode, press V, go to selection menu and select the loop selection and select edge loop. Then I will select bevel. Let's enable limit and also increase the subdivision to 2. Something like that is enough. Then I will switch to points mode, select slide and move these points because they are too close. Okay, now I will right click, select line cut, and I will connect these points. Okay, now I need to add loop cuts to support this shape, like here, here, and here, also for the bottom. Okay, let's press Q to enable subdivision surface to see the result. But before that, I will solo my object. And I will add that loop cut, but also select these polygons. And right click, extrude inner. Because that part should be very sharp. Okay, let's enable subdivision surface. So we get that shading error. To get rid of that, select the objects, font tank, then disable the edge breaks. So it looks excellent, perfect. Before moving to the strap part, I need to fix something. It's like that part, the lower part should be lower like that. Then I will turn the visibility of these objects and I will focus on that object because we need to cut here. So I will delete these points. Then I will select loop cut and make a cut around here. Then I will select these points, scale them to 0. And it looks like I need to scale these points too, so scale them. And I will select these polygons and delete them. Then I will select bridge, but make sure that you are on the edge mode. Then right click, close polygon hole. And I will select these polygons, right click. I will make an extrude inner, but before that, let's put that into a symmetry object. And let's do that one more time. Change mirror plane. And select symmetry objects, enable these options. Now I can make the extrude inner. So it looks like I need to increase my angle more than 90 degrees. Then I will select these edges, right click, slide, press Ctrl and slide. And it looks like I need another loop cut here to hold that shape. Yeah, perfect. I will scale these points also and move them. I am trying to make the distance between them the same, like here to here. Okay, let's make them editable. Get rid of these empty groups. Let's turn on the visibility of the other objects. And I will move these points back. Before moving on, I will move these points like that, so we will get a better transition. And for the back, I will merge these points with the slide tool. This is going to create a triangle, but the transition a lot better, and we won't see that part. So can do that, and I will do the same thing for the bottom part too. Now let's try to make this strap. First, let's create a plane, change the orientation, and change the scale to match the strap. Let's make it 100 centimeters for the height. I will first center my object, then change my height. Let's make it 30. But when I duplicate that, the other one should be in the center too. So I think 32 is good enough. Okay. Now I will change the segments. Let's make it 4. So even distribution of the polygons is very important for that part if you want to rig that. So let's keep it that way. Now I will add a disk with the 8 rotation segments, change the orientation, and I will put it here. Then I will press Ctrl and duplicate that. Now I will select both of them, right click and say connect objects and delete. Now I will delete these polygon, edges, then select these edges, right click, stitch and sew, but press shift. But also I will need these supporting edges to hold the shape. Now I will go to my plane, make it editable, and select these center polygons, right click, extrude inner. Then I will switch points mode and also enable snap and move these points to the disk. So I need more edges, so I will make 2 loop cuts. Then I will select them and move them like that. So these are left. So I will enable edge snap and snap them. Okay, now I can get rid of that disk, and also I can get rid of that middle polygons. Now I will select them all, right click, extrude, turn the caps on. First, let's move them like here, then I will extrude them. But I will not need these top and bottom polygons because I will use cloner object. Okay, let's put that into a subdivision surface. So it looks like I need to add these supporting edges. Okay, now I can move to cloner part. Select the object, press Alt and select cloner. I will change the mode to linear. And if you remember, our height was 32. If I put that here, it's gonna make the clone perfect. Let's move that cloner to here. And let's increase the count. Something like that. Now I will make the cloner editable. But before that, I don't like that white color, so I will change it. And instead of making editable, I will put that into connect object. Press Alt and select connect. Then make the connect editable. Also to make sure I will select them all and optimize. Okay, now I will create a disk and scale it. Something like that. Now I need to know the exact points number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I select these, makes it 7, double it 14. And if I add 2, it means 16. And I get a 16 disk, so I don't need to change it. Now I will select these edges, press Ctrl and move until you reach center. Then I will make it one more extrusion. Actually, let's not do that. I will just move the points and also enable snap, vertex snap, and move the points. Okay, I can delete that disk. Now I will select these two edges, then right click and stitch and sieve. Also press shift. Also let's move these points. These are gonna hold that shape. Also let's extrude here. But this time I will let the loop cut right in the middle. Then select these edges, right click and bevel. Something similar to these polygon distribution. Okay, let's solo our object. Then I will double click on these edges. Then right click, select slide, press Ctrl and slide. Same thing for that side too. Okay, let's enable subdivision surface. Perfect. Now it's time to close that gap. Right click, close polygon hole. Then switch to points mode. Select line cut and connect these points. Okay, now let's try to make the other strap. So first I will steal these polygons. At the top, right click, split, and I will move them like that. Then I will select extrude with the caps on. And then I will right click, select loop cut, press shift and to make a loop cut right in the middle. Then select these edges, right click, select bevel. Then I will change my subdivision, something like that. We will need these edges if you want to rig that strap. So I will need a higher subdivision, something like that. Then I will move these points. And also I will add another loop cut here. Then I will select these inner points and I will delete them. Now switch to edge mode, right click, breach, and I will try to close these gaps. Okay, now let's select these edges. And I will select bevel, but this time I will change my mode to solid. These are gonna act like edge loops. Okay, let's see the result. Press Q. Perfect. But this bevel created these triangles. Since our surface is flat, they are not a problem. But if you want to get rid of them, you can change the path. Then select these edges, dissolve, then you are good to go. But I want to that I will just keep them like that. Okay, let's turn off the solo. And I will slightly move these bottom points. Now let's move to the LUTs parts. But before that, let's reorganize our outline. Let's move to that group and move it here. Then delete this empty group and delete that subdivision surface. Now I will select that polygon and split it, switch points mode, and it looks like it is a little bigger than the original shape. Then I will select the top edge, press Ctrl and move. Then scale it on the x-axis. Then we'll move it one more time. And move the points to match the shape. And extrude that edge. Then set its position to 0. Now I will select all the polygons, right click and extrude with the caps on. Okay, let's move these top polygons here. And I will delete that middle polygon. Let's put that into symmetry. Press Alt. Now I will add a loop cut right in the middle. Press Shift, and I will move these points to make that part softer. Now let's add the loop cuts here, and I think that part is sharper too. And also let's add another one here. Let's press Q, and it looks like I need another supporting edge cut here. Perfect. Okay, let's make the symmetry editable. We won't need that anymore. Now I will select that polygon, right click and split. Then right click, extrude with the caps on. Not extrude inner, extrude. Okay. Then select the top polygon, press Ctrl and move 3 times. Now let's move that polygon here. Then I will select these edges, double click on them and move them like that. And let's slightly move these 2. Also let's solo it. Then I will make a loop cut right in the middle and move these points to make here circular. And also let's add the loop cuts here, 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 and here. Okay, now let's select that object. Where is that? Okay, let's first turn off the solo. Okay, now I'll select these polygons. Then right click, split, and I will select normal move and move them. So the other steps could get in here. I think something like that is enough. Then right click, extrude with the caps on. Also let's not forget the supporting edges, loop cuts. Here also inside. Okay, let's press Q. That's good, but I will add another loop cuts. Press Shift to make cuts in the center. Let's switch to front top view. And I will select these points. Then I will scale them. Something like that. I think that shape is a lot better. Yeah. Okay, the modeling is done, but I need to fix some of topology because this part is too empty. I add a bend deformer, it will not be smooth, especially that part. So to fix that, I need to add more geometry here. So I will select line cut, and I will start with connecting these points first. Also, let's make nib cuts here. Then I will try to get rid of these triangles. First, let's cut here. And remove these edges. So, but this time I will create these edges. Then I will select these edges, dissolve. And I can weld these points. And also these ones should go. Now I will select the polygon points. Right click, select brush, change mode to smooth. This is gonna even the points. Now I need to same things for the back, but I know a shorter way. So first let's connect these points Then I will select these polygons and I will delete them. And I will select these polygons. Then right click, I will select mirror and mirror plane. Let's X and Y. Yes, now I will move them. And I will go to right view. Then I will enable snap. Also let's enable edge snap too. Then I will move them until they snap. Okay, now I will add this new point. Now I will select all my objects, switch to polygon mode, and I will reverse normals. I always forget to do that in the tutorials. This time I will not. Let's see, this is correct, this is correct too. So let's right click and say reverse normals. Also that one. Now I want to show you how to rig these straps. For that I will use mouse spline. I will not use the bend deformer. We will have more options. So first let's move to the right view. Select the mouse spline and I will increase my width to see it better. Then I will rotate it 90 degrees and move it something like that. Then I will increase the length. Now I will select my object, press Alt and select Spline Wrap and put the mouse spline in the Spline tab. But make sure that you put the spline under the object. Like that. Now put the mouse spline. I need to change my axis to -y. And let's go to mouse spline and let's bend. Now we have these options too. But most importantly, we have that angle. Okay, let's set them to 0. Okay guys, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, remember to like the video. And I'll see you in the next tutorials. Bye.